looking for some offense here. Brunson switches hands. That's a crafty
steal. Finney Smith.
And it doesn't stop.
Running the floor. Brunson got it to go.
Spotlight would have been about KP's eye.
Yes. Oh, on the reverse.
When you drive on a big, you get your body into him and then use that in a combination with the rim.
And here's the score inside. Runs it for three. Can you believe that?
Shapes and sizes, and the Nuggets just under 19, as we mentioned, and a good dunk there.
Ollie Stein went in a moment ago for Powell. And Reggie Bullock right now at the scores table. There will be a timeout at the next day.
That's been just one of those Miami Heat type players. Nice.
Makes the pass, takes the shot. They're getting some stuff. And they are getting some offense. The drive to the basket. Here's a crossover. Draws a foul and a beautiful.
Bothered by Lou.
I just shot my shot at this little dot. I'm trying to create that neck on her big neck. My niggas trying to create.
What's up, YouTube? It's right back in the video. Comes with a big body banger that comes with a 2 video. Now, first things first, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, roll to 4K. Wait, we're on the road to 5K. You know what I'm saying? Today, I'm the builder, a little corner commercial with this Jalen Brunson build video. Yes, sir. This was requested a while back and y'all wanted to see it, and here it is today. You know, once again, road to 5K. Thank y'all for all the love and support. Keep on subbing up. You know, like, I really do appreciate everything, and I'm going to start posting on my second channel soon. So if you haven't subscribed to it already, please subscribe to it. You know, it's linked in my channel page. It's like titled my second channel, so you'll go see it. Subscribe, hit the like button on the first post. I'll let y'all know. But yeah, I had a good time making this build. It was definitely a Jalen Brunson build. It did what it was supposed to do. And you know, right now he's on the Knickerbockers. Very, 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 very risky name. But without further ado, let's get right into the pie charts that I use for this Jalen Brunson build video. All right, so you see, I went with the playmaking and shooting pie chart, but with more playmaking than shooting, because that is what I felt represented Jalen Brunson the most. You know, he is undersized and he is really great at passing, and on top of that, he can stretch the floor out. Now, for the physical profile, you want to go with the agility pie chart, because obviously you're going to be a point guard. You need that speed, you know. So you see right here, I max out that close shot, that driving layup, and that driving dunk, and that post hook, and then a little bit on to the standing dunk, just to get the 7 finishing badges, because Jalen Brunson is also an elite finisher for his size. On top of that, you got that max pass accuracy, ball handling, 3-point shot, and mid-range shot. And the defensive end, in real life, Jalen Brunson is a defensive liability, but he is able to get into the passing lanes at time and pickpocket defenders since he's a little bit shorter. Obviously, the stats don't always show it, but he can make up for his size by using his size. So I did give him 5 defensive rebounding badges, although, you know, in reality, you could really give him 1 and then allocate the rest of the points to other places such as playmaking or shooting. But I wanted to make sure he wasn't a total defensive liability, because I didn't want to make this build usable for 2K. So you see body shape, I made him defined. You drop that height down to 6'1", because Jalen Brunson is 6'1". You know, definitely undersized, but those Villanova guys are always amazing role players, and sometimes they can have that star potential. Like Josh Hart, I still think has that type of potential, but we'll get into that later. Now for the weight, you want to drop it down so you get that higher speed, since obviously you are a point guard build and you want your speed as high as possible. So you see, I adjusted it and put it down to 166 pounds to get 94 speed, 92 acceleration. And with the wingspan, you want to put it up just a bit. You know, you want to go to 80.2. I said just a bit, but that's kind of a lot. And now for the takeover, you have 4 different options. I would go with playmaking takeover for a Jalen Brunson build, and then yeah, you pretty much have Jalen Brunson. But once again, you could choose all the other ones if you want a different type of approach to it. But that's pretty much it. You see, I made a mid-range playmaker build, so I did my job. I did what I had to do. I felt like it definitely was a good build, and the Tim Hardaway, Darius Garland comparisons are very good comparisons for this build. So as you see right here, the badge spread is pretty balanced. Well, you have 7 shooting, 7 finishing, 15 shooting. That's 22 plus 24 is like 46. You get like 51 badges on this build. Look at that math, that quick math. You get 51 badges on this build, which is good for the pie chart, because this pie chart normally doesn't give a lot of badges for guard builds and builds in general. So I did what I had to do. Now, as you see with the actual gameplay, you know, this build was definitely fast. It was definitely efficient. You know, I could get to my spots in literally 2 seconds. Like, okay, less than 2 seconds. I was like the Flash on the court. You know, Jalen Brunson, I was going crazy for real. On top of that, it was very explosive, very athletic. That quick first step was going crazy. And the ISO ball that this build had was insane. On top of that, I was making a lot of difficult passes. You know, I was opening up the passing lane by being extra fast and shifty, you know, because obviously it's an undersized build, so I was making sure that I could still, you know, play and allocate for whatever size I was lacking. You know, it's kind of like in real life, you know, you want to allocate for whatever you're lacking. So I don't even know if I'm using that word right, to be honest, but it's a nice word. But yeah, but now, so Jalen Brunson in real life, you know, obviously he's very crafty, very shifty. You know, he can play the catch and shoot off ball, but on top of that, he can definitely run the offense. You know, for the Mavericks, when Luka was sitting, Jalen Brunson was running that offense, dropping 40 points, 30 plus points. Like, Mans was surprising a lot of people this year. You know, I'm just hoping the Knicks don't waste his talent, because he definitely has the potential to be a 20-point per game plus scorer. And even this year, I think he was very close to being a 20-point per game plus scorer if he wasn't already. But he definitely did his job for the Magics. You know, I said the Magics. He definitely did his job for the Mavericks. He was definitely one of the reasons why they went so far in the playoffs. Like, this year, he did average 16.3 points per game, but in the playoffs, I believe he was averaging a lot more than that. You know, game 2, he dropped almost 40 points. Like, he was doing what he had to do. And then obviously, you know, the numbers won. You know, they don't have the same depth as other teams. So, and especially now, because Jalen Brunson is on the Knicks now, he got a big bag. So I don't know how the Mavs are going to recover from that, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. I know they picked up some good guys, but we'll see after, you know, we'll see it after the season ends and then reevaluate everything. But yeah, all in all, this build did what it had to do. You know, I definitely had a good time making this build. Definitely had a good time playing with this build. I could see myself playing with this build on the regular. Obviously, aside from the defense, there's really no weakness offensively. You know, it can score from literally anywhere. Maybe outside of the post, obviously, but you're not posting up with a 6'1" player ever, you know, unless you want to. But I would suggest don't do that, you know, but it's up to you. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. On to 5K, you know what I'm saying? Comment any budget y'all want, and I will eventually get to them. 2K23 is on the way. And until then, I'm out. Peace.